Over the last decade, Zimbabwe's economy has imploded. For years, Zimbabwe has had the fastest shrinking economy of any country not in a state of war. It has suffered an unheard of inflation rate, peaking at 231 million%. Most properties and houses in Zimbabwe have some form of fortification. Broken glass embedded into the top of walls, spikes, steel bars on doors and windows, and razor wire are a reminder of the wars and political unrest this country has suffered. In spite of all this, life continues. Zimbabwe has a large number of Christians. Up to 50% of the population are professing Christians. We were made most welcome when we visited a small rural church on the outskirts of Harare. People dress up in their best clothes for Sunday worship, and most of the men wear suits. Seeing a number of people attending church dressed in rags brought home to us just how poor some of these people are. Unemployment is currently running at approximately 94%. In recent years, the life expectancy of Zimbabweans has dropped to 37 years for males and 34 years for females. According to the United Nations, this is the lowest life expectancy in the world. Harare, Zimbabwe's capital city, the city that was voted as the most livable city in the world in 1970, now stands in disrepair. Harare is the country's principal economic and administrative centre. Due to the economic implosion of the last decade, as much as 1/3 of Zimbabweans' most qualified citizens have left. For years, Zimbabwe has had the fastest shrinking economy of any country not in a state of war. Income levels have crashed and Zimbabwe's population is hugely affected by the struggles of poverty, unemployment and HIV/AIDS. At present, nearly 1/3 of the children in Zimbabwe are orphans. The rural areas have been harder hit, exacerbated by drought. The schooling system is struggling with a lack of teachers, but the legacy of perhaps one of the world's best education system in years gone by is reflected in the high adult literacy rate of 81%. Perhaps Zimbabwe's greatest asset is its wildlife. We visited Antelope Park, a truly wonderful place where you can walk with lions, ride horses in amongst the wild animals, ride elephants, and even swim with the elephants. Antelope Park is home to the African Lion Environmental Research Trust, the world's first lion rehabilitation and release into the wild program. Zimbabwe has many game reserves, with the biggest being Wangi National Park, the size of Belgium. All the parks are struggling due to a severe lack of tourists. Of course, we cannot miss to mention Victoria Falls, one of the most spectacular natural wonders of the world, locally called the Smoke That Thunders. We toured a number of orphanages, the first being St. Joseph's Boys' Home. This huge colonial-style building and boarding house is situated near Harare's city centre and is home to 45 teenage boys. ACTS volunteers help these young men with extra lessons and homework and share in discipleship sessions and Bible studies. The boys of St. Joseph's Home have an incredible enthusiasm for life. Although most have come from extremely difficult circumstances, they are passionate about learning. Many stay up late at night to study. Much work is needed to bring this building up to a reasonable standard. The next, Danai Children's Home. The word Danai in Shona means to love one another. That is exactly what this home strives to achieve. The manager of this home, Francesca, has a real heart for orphaned children. It has been running for 6 years and most of the staff have been with them since the beginning. There are 25 children altogether, 10 of which are energetic toddlers. The staff are dedicated and hard-working and often need prayer and encouragement. Supplies are scarce and the home is in need of general maintenance as well as shelving. A bore is in the process of being installed. They had to walk 5 kilometres each day for clean water. We then visited the Rose of Sharon orphanage. Fatima Maratois is the visionary behind the Rose of Sharon orphanages. It was impressed upon her heart to start up orphanages for abandoned children. She has successfully set up 3 Rose of Sharon homes, which are run in an organised and structured, yet loving and caring way. The most important thing for her is to spread the message of Jesus Christ to the children that stay at the orphanages. Her aim is to change their lives so that they can, in turn, change the lives of others. Hopefully this will carry over into the community and surrounding areas. We were made most welcome by both the staff and the children, which appeared to be very happy. They were very well looked after and their limited supplies and resources were well managed. We were blessed when the children sang to us just before we left. Our final visit was to the Voice of Peace, Hatcliffe Home. This home currently has 47 children, but often has new children coming in. This is the most primitive of the children's homes with which acts are involved, but probably has the most scope for them to have a practical impact. There are numerous obstacles to overcome at this particular orphanage. ACTS volunteers have painted 2 of the large dormitory blocks, the infants, nursery block and the kitchen. Future plans for the addition of a welding centre, sewing room and wood workshop are in motion. Although the children are malnourished, often go days without baths, wear dirty clothes and have come from heartbreaking backgrounds, it was very depressing to see the children in such an uncared for state. But they are so open to any love or affection on offer. We were amazed at the love Susanna showed to the orphans, giving them cuddles, fresh fruit and organising games. As you have seen in this presentation, the needs of the Zimbabwean orphans are great. Donations can be made at www.zimorphans.com.au. That is www.zimorphans.com.au. It would be fantastic if everyone who watched this video could donate at least $5.